What's up, you guys? Back again, your girl, Nia J, and I'm here with my lovely co-host,
Pamela and Nicole. What's up, y'all?
And you guys, welcome to Dynasty Queens. Now, on today's episode, we have a very special guest. We have the lovely Cori.
Hey,
Cori. Okay. And then her makeup line is called Face by Cori. So, Cori, welcome to the Dynasty Queens house, Mama. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, ma'am. We're so excited to have you. So, Cori, for the guests that are unfamiliar with your work, go ahead and let's tell everybody a little bit about yourself, like who you are, where you came from, and then how you got into, the makeup industry.
Okay. So as you said, my name is Cori. I'm from Philly. I'm 25. I've been a makeup artist now for about 9 years. But I'm also an esthetician as well. So I'm a makeup artist and esthetician. So everything skin, everything beauty, that is me. Makeup was actually something that I didn't always love. Actually, it kind of just found me. It started in college for me. This was around when brows had first started trending, right? So I was learning how to do my brows and they were actually very horrible. And I had a friend that was like, girl, I need you to get on YouTube and learn a few things. And I'm like, okay. And it went from me just practicing brows to doing my full face. And it became a side hustle in college. And I would do makeup for everybody who were taking their graduation pictures and going out and stuff like that. And I just completely fell in love with it. And I would stay up all types of hours at night. And I started to get more into the creative side. And that's when I started doing special effects, editorial looks, and it just blew up for me, especially around Halloween time when I would really just be able to have fun with it. And that's when I realized I have a true passion for creative makeup. So that became my specialty. And I just really went full force in that. I was actually a nursing major at the time. I ended up switching my major to business, graduated in business, and then just went full in with Face by Corey and making that my business. So that's what I do. I love it. I mean, I also do the soft glams and full glams as well. But that special effect, creative, editorial look, that's where I really get to express myself and have the most fun and just really have fun with it. So that's where I am. That's what I'm doing. And yeah.
Okay. I love that. You mentioned the special effects. I'm big into the gore. Do you do more gore type special effects, or are you more into more of cosplay type special effects, the animated characters and fantasy type characters?
I feel like I have a strong love for both of them, honestly. I feel like around Halloween time is when I really get more into the gory stuff, and I have a lot of fun with that. But I also just like to freehand and do the creative fantasy stuff too. Honestly, anything that's just not basic. I love it.
Yeah, I was looking at your page and I was like, wow, some of this stuff is really, really beautiful and really creepy and really catches you off guard. And, that really shows the spectrum, the scope that you have as a makeup artist, which is really cool. So as a small girl, when would you say was the first time that you were like, what is this? Is this lipstick or is this, what moment did you have an aha moment? Was it maybe your mother or someone on TV? Was it a magazine or what exactly was it that kind of triggered you to be like, this could be something that I really like?
Honestly, it was around in college when everybody was when brows became a thing. I fell in love with brows before anything. Brows have always been the make or break of the face. And and my roommate also was always doing her brows every day. And I seen her doing her brows. So I wanted to learn how to do my brows. But it just kind of took off from there. Cause once I mastered my brows, it was just I can't not do the rest of my face. So I learned, all of that. And then it really took off. The love for it really kind of was almost instant. As soon as I mastered the brows, it was just I'm actually really good at this. And people noticed it too and started to tell me can you do my face? How are you so good at that? Teach me. And it was something that was just so natural to me. I'm also a very quick learner, but learning makeup came quicker than I thought. I mean, I never even really drew in class or anything like that. But when it came to drawing on the face and creating on the face, it came so easy to me. And I'm like, yeah, this is one of those things that I just can't deny, even if I wanted to.
Right.
So, what would you say as far as influencers? There's so many beauty influencers out here. What would you say would be like your favorite beauty influencer that you do look up to right now, currently?
Mm, right now, Danessa Myrick is definitely one of them. Um, oh my goodness, her name is Tanisha. I can't think of her last name, but she also does like creative makeup as well. I went to a master class that she did with a brand called Inglot. And that was my first time actually going to a master class, like learning how to do creative makeup. Everything was always self-taught for me, YouTube and just like freehanding and teaching myself. But that was the first time I actually learned from a person. And just the way she's so creative and like takes the pressure off of things. And because I feel like in this beauty world, everybody feels like everything has to be perfect and to the T. But really, there's no rules in makeup. It's just like have fun with it and, express yourself, have fun, and just be creative. And she really gave me that sense of that. And her work is like literally amazing when it comes to special effects. I wish I could remember her last name. I just know her first name is Tanisha. But between her and Danessa Myrick, because Danessa Myrick, she's for the culture, Black girl. That has her own brand, and her work is just so beautiful and stunning, especially in her photos. She's always coming out with like innovative makeup, so that always kept me inspired to just like keep learning, keep being innovative, and use what you have too. She was one of those makeup artists that's like, it doesn't take a lot to make a look. She'll literally take an eyeshadow and like use it as a blush and, a lipstick and on the eyes. And like that kind of really taught me the power of finesse too.
Mhm.
Like use what you have and you can use it for multiple things. Lipstick is not just meant for the lips. Eyeshadow is not just meant for the eyes. It's labeled that, but you can have fun with it and literally do whatever you want when it comes to makeup. So yeah, those are definitely my top two.
That's a really cool perspective, being able to use, lipstick for, other things and, eyeshadow. I know some people use it for blush. So I think that's really cool, really opening your eyes to more than just the palette in front of you. Like, what do I have that I can, utilize at the moment? And I also think it's so cool to see other Black girls that are doing really cool things. Like being a special effects makeup artist is not typically something that you see us doing, all the time. So I think that's really cool too. Now I have a question for you though. So comparing it to like when you're doing like a regular beat versus like a special effects type of look, how are you feeling? What's your persona? Like, do you have like a different embodiment, or do you feel like different while you're, making a woman feel beautiful versus making a monster? Like how are you feeling? You know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
It does. So that's when honestly it gets a little spiritual for me. When I'm doing like your regular soft glams and full glams, I'm literally just focused on enhancing that woman's beauty, making her feel beautiful, noticing what her features are, how I can bring those out, and making her feel confident in her own skin. I'm not trying to make her look like anything else. I'm just trying to bring out her own beauty. So I'm just focused on what are your features. That's when also like my aesthetic side comes out of me, my esthetician comes out of me, making sure her skin is skinning, making sure she looks healthy and just overall beautiful. So that's that vibe. But then when I'm on my creative side, I'm creating these monsters or even like that fantasy vibe. I really tap into like my sacral chakra and that creative energy and like that divine feminine, because that's where all that like just creative vibes come from. And I don't really think on it too much. I just kind of let it flow. I mean, unless somebody gives me like a specific look, like this is what I want. But even then, I take it and I make it my own. I tap into that creative energy that I have and I just let it flow. Like I say a little prayer with my hands real quick and then I just let it go. And that's how that has worked for me. But yeah, that's kind of how I do it. Those are my two different vibes.
I love that. Now, we did talk a little bit about the aesthetics part of what you do. Can you just go ahead and give us a little bit more just insight on Skin 24 and your brand?
Yes. So Skin 24 is my new baby. I literally just launched that a month ago. And I graduated from esthetician school back this past July. So that's pretty recent for me. But that started because back in like the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, I actually went through my own skin trauma. And I was already a makeup artist, flourishing and stuff like that. But I had never really worked on skin that was acneic skin. I've never really had to do that. So when my skin started going through that whole trauma, I had no choice but to learn new techniques and to learn all this stuff about skin. Because one, I'm trying to cure my own skin, and then two, I got what is the word? Oh my goodness, I'm having a brain fart. I basically just have stakes to uphold. That's pretty much, like I can't go around with my face looking crazy just because I don't know how to do makeup on acneic skin. So that took me through a whole thing of learning about skin, learning how to heal skin, learning how to do makeup on acneic skin. And I feel like that definitely elevated my skills because doing makeup on somebody who has clear skin, that's easy. But when you got to do makeup on somebody who has hyperpigmentation and a bunch of acne and all these things to cover up, that takes skill. And that really tested my skill. And then it also made me fall in love with skincare too, because again, I never had problematic skin, so I did the basics. But then I had to learn about ingredients and the diet and how to talk to your skin. Because, people all the time are like, oh my goodness, I hate my skin. I had this pimple. It looks crazy. And it's like, even just talking to your skin like that is, it manifests on the skin, whether we notice it or not. So it literally completely changed my entire view of skin, how I treat it, how I heal it, all of that. And so that really made me want to create Skin 24, because at that point, it was a whole nother vibe of just like loving yourself, understanding how to heal, understanding, how to even shop for products and looking past all the fluff and not putting so much harsh chemicals on our skin and knowing what we're doing, honestly. So that's what Skin 24 is. Skin 24 is really just about teaching women how to love on their skin, how to heal, how to maintain healthy skin at home on a daily basis, but also create this safe space where you can come and get pampered and get loved on and have somebody really give you the full experience of a facial and healing your skin. And if you have healthy skin, giving you the experience of maintaining that healthy skin. Because Skin 24 is also like a nice goddess, like your own personal retreat type of vibe. And that's why I really wanted to separate Face by Cori and Skin 24. Because Face by Cori, she's fun. She's doing those creative special effects. We putting all types of stuff on our face. But then Skin 24 is more so that soft, sultry glam, and then healthy skin, embodying self-care, and just having that safe space to just like embody your natural divine beauty. So I definitely love Skin 24 because it embraces that like new version of me, that, that trial that I went through, that new person that came out of that. That's what Skin 24 really embodies. And then Face by Cori is like that fun. We in photo shoots, we get into the creative looks. So yeah.
That's really fascinating. So with Skin 24, what are some of the products that you currently have? Is it just going to be like more of a plant-based or natural makeup, or do you have like actual, skin regimen products and stuff as well? Go just let the viewers know what all you have.
So it's a little bit of both. I like to tie in like that science-based and then also that holistic plant-based as well, just so that, because honestly, I do believe in both. I believe that you can clear your skin and have beautiful makeup with all plant-based, but then when it comes to that really harsh acneic skin, just because that's the process that I went through, sometimes it takes a little more. You need those salicylic acids, those niacinamides, those like chemicals to really fight that. So I kind of incorporate both. Dermalogica has definitely been one of my go-tos, and that's mainly because I also worked at Hen and Stone as an esthetician there. So I have experience with working with Dermalogica and a brand called Clarity as well, which is completely plant-based. At Hen and Stone, I love that they have Dermalogica, which is more so like that science and mostly plant-based, but then you have Clarity, which is completely plant-based. So I had the experience with both. So I really got the chance to know how both work out with different clients, depending on who you have, because everybody's skin is different. Some people, right, their skin just might not take that well to plant-based. There's really people out there where that's just not enough. And I want to be able to service whoever and make you feel like, you can heal your skin here regardless. So I like to work with both of those brands, Clarity and Dermalogica, even in Skin 24. And then there's even some things that I kind of created on my own. Like when it comes to rose water and like orange blossom water, those are things that I make on my own, because you can literally go buy rose water at a grocery store, add your little vitamin E's to it. So when it comes to toners and stuff like that, I actually make my own to keep it very natural. I know exactly what I'm putting on your face. And then when it comes to my mask and, just the treatments, is when I go to Dermalogica or Clarity. I also use a brand called SkinScript as well, and they're mostly plant-based, but they have a little bit of those scientific chemicals in there as well. So you really get the best of both worlds, all depending on what it is that your skin needs and what type of journey you want to be on. But as far as my techniques, those are mostly holistic techniques. I do even like energetic cleansing before I start. We do breath work before we start. Everything is very intentional to make sure that you're relaxed. Something that I do for my clients as well that they might not even know that I do, but when I'm doing my facial massages and like your neck and shoulder massages while your mask is on, I'm speaking to your skin in my mind, giving your skin affirmations. Everything is very, very intentional when it comes to Skin 24. That's how I like to carry things.
I love that. Now, you did mention the massages. Do you also incorporate a gua sha as well with like your facials?
Yes. I love doing that. That's actually something a little new for me. Before it was all massages with my hands. But I recently started to incorporate the gua sha and even like the ice globes, things like that. Those are beautiful. I love doing that.
That sounds like a good time.
Yes, because I really wanted to feel like your own personal retreat. Like you're just, when you lay on that table, you don't got to think about none of your problems. You are just being pampered. Okay,
Right.
you're embodying beauty and self-care. That's all I want you to think about. I really want to take all of your problems out of your mind. For that hour and 20 minutes that I have you on my table, you need to be the most relaxed. So that's the vibe.
What's good, guys? It's Pamela and Nicole from Dynasty Queens. Real quick, I'm going to give a great shout out to our sponsor, Shopify. Are you looking to start your small online business? You can go ahead and start today with Shopify. Let me tell you why. They're the leading e-commerce brand on the internet right now. It's taking it by storm. So if you're a small business, large business, whatever kind of business you have, and you have your e-commerce that you need to get going, your marketing, purchases, whatever you want to sell to your clientele, Shopify's got you covered. They do have an easy interface, guys. So if you're looking to do easy payments with clients, just get everything off the ground, easy shopping, whatever you need to do, links, everything like that. They got you covered. It's super simple, super easy to use. So what are y'all waiting for? Go ahead and take charge of your business today and start with Shopify.
Yes, man, just a good facial just makes a woman feel so feminine and beautiful and confident, just like feeling rejuvenated. So I can definitely relate there. Now, are people only able to come, see you in Philly for these services? Do you travel? Do you ever do like pop-ups or, for people that are wondering some of your services?
So because it is very new for me, Skin 24, again, is only a month in. As of now, people are just coming to me. But starting in May, I'm actually relocating because I'm actually in Jersey right now. But in May, I'll be relocating to Philly because that's where I'm from. That's my hometown. I've only been in Jersey for about maybe 2 years now. But I miss my Philly clients, and I know my Philly clients don't always like coming to Jersey. So I'm coming back to Philly in May. And once I do relocate in May is when I'll also start to offer those traveling services. I just didn't want to do too much like back and forth because I know I'm about to relocate, and that's just a lot. But starting in May, people will be able to book me for traveling services. I haven't done too many pop-ups just yet. Before Skin 24 even started, I actually had a Aesthetician mentor, and I would do pop-ups with her as like her like assistant for pop-ups that we would do. But I've actually never done any on my own just yet. But that is something that I want to get into in the future, and even having my own events where I'm doing different things like that. So stay tuned for that. But yes, that is something I want to do in the future, and traveling services will be offered in the future. But as of now, up until May, you guys can come to me.
Okay.
Love it. Here for it. Notice about her too, she speaks affirmation, like action, intentional with everything you say. I did want to ask you, as far as the inspiration for your dream journal, I did notice you do have your dream journal on Amazon. What was the inspiration behind that?
So I've actually always been a very vivid dreamer since I was a kid. Like every night it's very rare that I don't have dreams at night. And then they just became so like crazy. It's like otherworldly sometimes. I'm like, I gotta write some of this stuff down because some of it is prophetic for me. Some of it is just like, again, just otherworldly, like me on an adventure. And recently I started learning to break down my dreams and how to really analyze them and what they mean for me in this physical life. And just journaling really helps me do that. And especially because as a creative and an overthinker, it's a lot on my mind on a daily basis. So I might have a really amazing dream that just meant something so special to me one day and then ask me about it next week and I don't remember what it was. I'm like, nah, right. I keep forgetting these great dreams. So I'm like, I got to write this stuff down. And I had just a regular journal when I was writing them down, but I mean, I journal about my everyday life too. So it became too cluttered of dreams and other stuff. So I'm like, no, I need something separate. And honestly, just like the creative in me, I like to play around on Canva with like different designs. So I'm like, why not just make my own little journal? Like I know how to do it, so why not? So I made it for me personally. But then I'm like, I'm sure that there's other people who have all these other dreams too. And even if you don't have a bunch of dreams like that, it's really good to write your dreams down because there's some dreams that like it seemed like it's really nothing. And then later on down the line, when it all comes full circle and it's like, I had that message. I got that hint in a dream one day. But you barely remember the details because you didn't write it down. So I'm like, let me offer this to the people as well. So that was just something that, you know, I don't even really promote that much. It's just one of those things where if you align with it, if you find it, it's there for you. It's in the link.
I absolutely love that. I just love that because I'm also someone who I do have very, you know, poignant dreams at times. I feel I'm also an intuitive. And I think that's really brilliant to kind of dump some of that out. And that way, because I have deja vu a lot of the time. And I'm like, wait a minute. So that is, I should have been doing this since I was a child. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I feel like if I would have started writing down my dreams so much like earlier, I would have had so many like aha moments. But again, because like life be life and there's so much going on that we tend to forget like those minor details. But when you write them down, also this is a way to reflect too. Like what was I dreaming about last year or the year before or a couple months ago? What was going on in my life to where this is the stuff where I was dreaming about when I went to sleep? Sometimes your dreams are just one, they could be prophetic. But they could also be a resemblance of your subconscious and what's going on in your life at the time. So that's another great way to just reflect on your life because what's showing up in your dreams? What's showing up in your subconscious when you go to sleep?
Yeah, absolutely. True. Definitely. Now, I know that you kind of touched base a little bit on your mentor. You mentioned how you would do pop-ups with her. Who is this person? How did you come to meet them? And then what was that impactful situation that they had in your life that made you feel like, you know what, this is who I want to kind of emulate my career after?
So her name is Kiki. Her brand is actually 387 Grooming. She has an esthetician spa business, but she dedicates her services specifically for men. She only services men. And I thought that was amazing because one, there's not a lot of spas. I don't even know any actually that are just dedicated towards our men, and men need that like self-care, loving, healing vibe too. And especially when it's not set up in a way where it seems like girly. A lot of men, they don't really like get into skincare because I guess it's too feminine, that whole idea. But when it's set up in a way where like the marketing, the vibe, the environment, everything is dedicated towards a manly, just a manly setting where you can come and just get groomed. Even 387 Grooming. It's not like some 387 spa or, whatever like that. Everything is dedicated towards them. And I love that. And I actually met her. It was honestly, I just feel like it was divine alignment because my current girlfriend, her goddad, he was one of her clients. And when he found out that I was in school to be an esthetician, he was like, oh, you have to meet my esthetician. I know she only works with men, but she's amazing. And I want to, connect you guys. So we had a phone call. And literally just the way that I'm intentional with everything that I do. And I like to incorporate like my spirituality and things too. She's the same way. Like we had so many similarities. And she actually started off as a makeup artist too. And she's from Philly. At the time she was, she was still in Philly, but at one point she had moved to Florida, did makeup for, I think she said 7 to 8 years, and then jumped into esthetician and then came back to Philly to service like, her Philly family. And the way our stories was just like kind of similar in that way, even her having that makeup background, I'm just like, I like you, girl. We click. And the conversations was just so pure and so genuine. And you could tell she just wanted to like pay it forward, because she told me that she actually had a mentor who was a 7-figure earner, and literally just helped her for free. Just took her under her wing, told her everything she knew, and that's where her success came from. And she's just like, I was honestly just looking for a mentee to pay it forward to. So she didn't even charge me for the service or anything. She just literally just taught me what she knew. Again, had me as her assistant when it came to certain pop-ups, when it was around like Valentine's Day and Father's Day, she would bring me in to do certain services like that. For Valentine's Day, we would do couples. I would do the women, she would do the men. And just giving me that opportunity to network and potentially have my own clients, especially for Valentine's Day, having those women. At the time, she didn't service women. So now those are women in my pocket that I can bring over to my business, helping me in that way. And the fact that she was just so willing to, be so helpful and then didn't want anything in return for it. Like, you don't really meet a lot of people like that these days. Everybody wants you to pay a bunch of money to teach you the things that they know, when it's like, knowledge can be free sometimes, honestly. Like, you could just drop some gems. You could just help somebody out. A lot of times you ain't always got to charge somebody for some information, babe. Help the people. So I love that about her. I truly did. And she's actually not my mentor right now, but we are still in contact. Whenever I need help or advice about anything, I can call on her. Her business is thriving right now. I love that for her. And I just love that, like, how that worked out for me, because I literally prayed one day that, like, I need some help. I need a mentor. And then my girlfriend's goddad came to me one day, like, I want to connect you with this lady. And it just all worked out for me. So the way I didn't even have to, like, go online and search for her, I knew that was like divine alignment. And it all worked out perfectly. So that was spirit looking out for me.
I think really quickly, the fact that you were able to, kind of bloom like a flower from under her leadership and her guidance, you do still have a mentor in her. You just don't need her as much. That mentor is going to be forever, for life, but you've bloomed into your own. And like you said, that word, pay it forward. I love that, because I feel as long as you're going to be putting that in the atmosphere, you're going to be blessed as well with whatever endeavors you have going forward. So I just think that's beautiful, of women being able to uplift. She already had her market and her niche with the guys. She was like, go ahead and take that clientele. That's beautiful. Because a lot of time you don't see women that are that, sometimes it can be a little catty. So I just love that.
Yeah, definitely.
And just paying it forward too. I mean, as an esthetician, I work in the spa industry too. So just having that energy transfer to Nia like that, to me, is paying it forward, because you're healing people as well. Do you have any stories from when you were at like Hand and Stone, or any esthetician jobs that you had where you had an energy transfer that was just so strong and you literally changed somebody's life? Do you have any like inspiring stories like that?
I feel like I have a lot, honestly, because I connect with my clients so much. But I'll actually talk about one of my favorite clients. I'm not going to name drop just to keep her privacy, but she had came to me, and she had actually just lost her husband at the time when she had came to me at Hand and Stone, and she had very, very dry, overly dry, very sensitive skin. A lot of times when the skin is dry, it's because the skin barrier is damaged. And so because of that, at least the sensitivity, all that other thing. So it was a lot of redness, a lot of dryness. And then she was also very sad, like emotionally, she was very down. And so I automatically, even without saying it, just like I said, when I give those affirmations in my mind, I automatically like send my clients a bunch of love, like telling them I love them so many times in my mind. I don't even have to say it out loud. And that's immediately when I started to do with her, and when she started to talk to me, because, just to say, when clients hop on your table, we're not just their esthetician. Like, we become their therapist at the moment. Like, people just start talking, especially because I'm an empath, and my vibe is just like a nurturing vibe. So people just like spill their life to me when they're on the table, just naturally. So when she was talking to me, literally just giving her that like loving energy, giving her that empathy that she needed, and then making sure that even down to my touch, it was all love, like just making her feel love. That was first and foremost. And then when it came to her skin, giving her the best type of treatments, and not only just treating her skin, but talking her through it about how to treat her skin at home, how to love on her skin at home, even when she's going through all of this, the moments where she's, at home and having grief, show herself that love and give her skin that love when she's in the mirror. Even when she's in the mirror crying, at the end, when you're done crying, when you're done, having that depressed moment, love yourself. Tell yourself that you love yourself. Tell your skin that you love your skin. Tell yourself that you're healing. Your skin is healing. Everything about you is healing. Just giving her these different type of tips of not only just skincare motivation, but just all around emotional and life motivation. And when I tell you, her skin has literally made a 360 with me. It's so much more hydrated now. Literally, it was dry to the point where peeling and all of that. But now I don't see any of that anymore throughout our treatment. She has been consistent with me. I literally see her once a month. And then she listens. I love a client that listens. She uses the products I told her to use. She does the techniques I told her to do. And we literally had a moment the other day where she was just like, Cori, I literally love you. People tell me that I'm glowing every day. People tell me that, my skin has been looking amazing. And I just look like I'm glowing on the inside out. And I love that. I love to hear that. I love when my clients are not just glowing from the outside, but they're now glowing from the inside. And, grief is not something that's easy to deal with. And I feel like people don't even notice that when you're going through life, especially grief, it shows up. It shows up in the body. It can show up on your skin. So just taking that moment to helping her realize you can love yourself all the way around and really incorporate, everything can be full circle. It's not just skincare, it's not just that. It's about loving yourself and healing yourself all the way around. And just seeing her and how she's glowing now and doing so much better, I literally love that. That's what I live for, to not just heal your skin, but to heal you from the inside. That's the big goal. That's the big vision for me. So that's definitely one of my great stories.
Right. And you can tell that you're so passionate about, I'm sure all of your clients that you have, but I don't think a lot of people even think about it that way, that when you're actually going, to take care of your skin, get that good facial, that treatment, it is stuff like you said, a whole therapy session. And, you literally breathe life into that lady's skin after going through something so depressing and so heart-wrenching that, the sorrow has to leave somewhere. So I guess the pores, I've never even thought about it that way until you brought it up. So I think that's just amazing what you're doing for these women, just really making them, give them self-esteem and something to live for, really, again. So that's so cool. I feel like whenever I come out there, I need you to touch my face and we got to do something.
I got you. Listen, come see me. It's a whole vibe, okay? A whole experience. Again, it's not just a facial. It's a whole experience.
Yes.
Right. I love it.
Spotting when we come down.
Yes, let's do it for real. Okay, Cori. It's a date. Whenever we're out there, we're going to have to come see you, and we'll, we'll record as well so that the viewers can see, and then we're going to show our, before and after results.
Yes.
Let's do it. Yeah, here for it.
So I did want to ask you, I want to go back and touch on the special effects makeup. And as creators, content creators as well, that stuff takes hours and hours to get the right look. So tell me what makeup look you did that took you the longest time to do.
Wow. Oh, that's making me reflect on all my looks. Let me see. Okay. So I actually did a Grinch look one year. I didn't realize how long that was going to take me, honestly, because I literally covered my whole self in green. And because it was that really pigmented green, I had to make sure everything was even, because I know that people can edit their pictures and stuff like that, but I always wanted my work to be as authentic as possible. I don't want to have to go in and edit anything and do all that. So I'm a perfectionist, and that took me, I don't even know how long, but it was hours, literally hours of going through all the green. Because after doing the green, then I had to do the actual look, the details, all of it. It was a crazy time, and not to mention even the aftermath, the shower, how that looked. so that was definitely a very long look. And even this not too long ago, I believe it was about 2 years ago, I did off of the Caroline, like the Dark Mother. I did her. I believe that's what she's called. But that's like a black and white look too. And even then, like doing the whole like paint job, top to bottom, not top to bottom, but to the chest. But that was very detailed. Anytime I have to cover my skin in another color, it takes some time. Because I just want it to look as even as possible. And then I go in with the detail of the actual look. So those do take a very long time. But honestly, I feel like that's one of those reasons why I like to do that on my own time at night. Like, it's great to do that stuff in photo shoots and all that as well. But when I could just be home and take my time and vibe and the music's on and I'm just doing makeup all night and then I have time to really perfect that look, that's when I'm really in my zone. Like, it's fun. I could literally spend hours on that. And I look up and it's 3-4 o'clock in the morning and I didn't even realize.
Right. Because that's what you truly love, is your passion. Mm-hmm. So when you're doing those looks, when you're recording for social media or, whatever, are you one of those people that after like hours of getting your look together, you just immediately take it off? Do you kind of just like savor in the moment? Like, hey, I just spent like 10 to 12 hours doing this. Like, let me, at least go to sleep or something. Or do you just immediately go to that shower and just...
Honestly, I feel like the longest I've ever had one of those looks on is probably about 40 minutes. And that sucks because it took me hours to do. But honestly, once I'm in it, I have fun with it. I take my videos, I take my pictures. But honestly, I'm one of those girls that I like my skin to breathe. Mm-hmm. I don't like too much on my skin too long. So even though I love the look and I try to make sure I capture it, after a while, I'm like, all right, my skin needs to breathe. It's time to take this off. Because even like on my daily basis when I do my makeup, it's never like too much. Because again, I'm just not that girl that just likes too much on my skin. So I love the look and I love to do it, but it just can't stay on my skin that long. 40 minutes tops, probably.
When you put it that way, it makes perfect sense as to why they just go ahead and just, take it all off.
Yeah.
And then to go with Pam's question that she had for you about the longest makeup job, what's been your favorite special effects look that you've either done for yourself or for another person?
So immediately, I did this moon goddess look. That was literally my favorite. I think it's because, one, it was very beautiful. And then two, I really was like, again, tapping into like my feminine energy. When it comes to that feminine energy, I also like tapping into that moon energy. Like, it's all connected. So that look was very spiritually intentional for me, to just really embody that energy. And the whole time that I did it, I'm just like loving on myself. I have like this whole like self-care goddess playlist that I listen to for certain moments like that. So that's playing in the background. And it was just a vibe of just letting my hands flow. And that look was inspired by somebody else. So it wasn't a look that I created on my own, but again, I make everything my own, even if it isn't an inspired look. So that look was just very fun for me to do. It was something that I was tapping into my spirit with, and just that whole like moon energy. It just felt amazing. The look came out super, super bomb. And again, when it comes to like drawing on my face, because I even had to draw the moon and it was very detailed, I don't really draw on paper. So a lot of times I'm in my mind like, is this even gonna come out right? Because I don't know if I really know how to draw this, and let alone with a makeup brush and not like a pencil or something. So let's see how it comes out. I'm really just winging it, honestly. But that look literally came out so perfect and I loved it so much. So that was definitely my favorite one. It's definitely still on my page. So if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. But my moon goddess look, top look for sure.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of mess with your mind a little bit. Let's just paint a scenario, Cori. So you're very divine feminine. I'm very dark feminine. So say I'm in your chair and I say, just based off of what I just told you, go ahead and do a special effects look on me. What would you envision doing freestyle on me with like dark feminine?
Okay. So I'm automatically playing with dark colors. Honestly, some makeup artists are scared of black, but I love using black. But I would give you like a very edgy but still sultry type of like eye design with a black liner, even like putting some like silver glitter in it or maybe some silver eyeshadow, but really giving you a nice detailed edgy type of look as far as the eye, not like a smoky eye or anything. I'm talking like nice line work on the eye. I'm definitely giving you a black liner lip. That's like that ombre look.
Knows me.
Yes. The lashes are going to pop for sure. Nothing like too bold to take away from the design that I'm giving you, but something that's definitely nice and sultry. Like I'm tapping into that like dark sultry energy because that's when I get when I hear dark feminine. And honestly, even like playing on your hair color a little bit, I would throw in like little pops of green somewhere. But I would definitely just focus on like that line work, making it nice and sultry, definitely giving you like a smoked out bottom eye just to like, because I'm not giving you a smoky eye, but I still want your eyes to be sultry. Line work at the top, smoky, line on the bottom, that lip, making sure your contour is popping. And I would even like, if we're going special effects, I love to do like taking like a almost black, kind of like a charcoal, and giving you contour in that way. I actually did a Scorpio look on my page where like my contour was black, but it wasn't like harsh or anything. I would play on that for you because that's really going to define your face and give you like that like sharp, sultry, cut out vibe. Yeah, that's what I see for you for sure. And then definitely your skin is going to be on glow, giving you a nice little highlight going, because I wanted to give like sexy, sultry glam, but still like, ooh, I'm that girl. Don't mess with me. That's yeah.
What about for Nia? Like, what would you do? Nia's very divine feminine, as well. Y'all very
yeah, I'm very girly. I'm a girly girl, divine feminine, upbeat spirits most of the time. So I really like, I'm not going to say a Barbie look because I don't like the fake aesthetic. I want it to look natural. So
Okay.
yeah, what would you recommend for me? It's springtime as well, I don't do too many of the dark colors.
Okay. Honestly, I would play on the pink, even the pink that you have on right now, and give you some type of like pink look. Now for you, I probably would do some type of like smoky look, but more like a cut crease type of smoky look, even putting like some glitter liner on it. But like the outer part of your eye is where I would really play with that pink. Maybe even adding some purples in there as well. I see like a pinky purple look for you.
Purple's my favorite color, actually.
Period.
Makeup psychic, y'all.
And on your bottom, I like to get a little fun with it. So I would even give you like a colorful bottom type of shadow look on your bottom lashes. Not lashes, but like just like that eyeshadow on the bottom look. It would be like a colorful vibe. But at the top, I would only do pink and purples. Give you a nice, beautiful lash. Something that, again, not too bold, but they're a nice size lash. And I like lashes that have like a nice spacing in between them too. Like they're not too like cluttered. That's the type of lash that I would give to you. And I would definitely make sure that your highlight is popping. Even like a little like those highlights that have a little bit of a glitter to it. That's the type of highlight that I would give you. Definitely making sure I give you the blush. I would even do a little bit, like there's a look where the blush kind of like comes in here a little bit. It makes it a little bit playful, but not too much, but just enough. Like just enough to bring out that like, ooh, it's springtime. It's fun. As far as your lip, I'm thinking of like a nudie pink, but still giving you a nice like brown liner so you can have that ombre look. But yeah, really focusing on that eye. That eye is gonna pop, okay? It's gonna pop. It's gonna be very pretty, very glam. But at the same time, with your contour and the blush and that like ombre liner, it's still gonna give like sexy, grown, but it's gonna get very cute, very much so fun. That's the look that I see.
Okay, I'm feeling it. We may have to do the whole shebang here. The facials, the face beat. She's gonna have to give us the facial and the face beat.
Yeah, and then with the makeup after, like a yin and yang situation.
Yes.
Yeah. It's giving girls time. It's giving.
Yes.
Let's do this.
For sure. For sure. Oh, I love that y'all asked me that because no one asks me for looks on the spot like that. That was really fun to create looks because I literally seen it in my mind. Like those looks.
Yes. The way that you're describing it
to life.
Like you literally read us, like, you know, like I'm very edgy, very like goth type with it. You read me like a book. I'm like, this is crazy. Like,
period.
And you perfect too with the purple, the play on the purple.
Yeah. Right.
Too. She wears a lot of bright, vivid colors. She's looking good.
I love it.
Yeah. So this is my best friend, by the way. And we're like, I mean, we're not really opposite, but sometimes when it comes to stuff like that, we are with like our makeup and sometimes with the way we dress. But sometimes we are right on cue with the clothing in our own little way. But I think that's really cool, you know, Corey, how you're able to hone in on that client. It's almost like, you know, when a doctor has a patient or whatever it is, you're like really honing in and learning that client. So I think the way that you combine the holistic and the science together is just like, it's like beautiful. It's like the perfect, you know, whatever you call that thing, it is what it is. And I feel like you have that because we really put you on the spot. And you were able to literally read us by, you know, conversation, our faces, whatever it is, our dialogue with you. And I think that when you have a makeup artist, it is really important. When I'm sitting in your chair, I'm putting my trust in you. Please listen. I'm talking about anybody, you know, to what I want as a client, but you kind of just, it comes natural. So
yeah,
I would feel confident in your chair, on the table, whatever.
Aw, I appreciate that. Cause you know, there was actually a time where like, I wasn't sure how, cause that spiritual side of me, that's like me. And then the craft of it, that's, you know, what the outside world gets. But at one point I didn't know how to mesh those two, you know, and it was one of those times where you really just got to be authentic to who you are and being comfortable with who you are. Because if I wasn't comfortable with my spiritual side, then I wouldn't be able to mesh those two together and create the looks that I create by simply tapping into my energy and tapping into my intuition. There was a time where I was scared to be that girl. Like literally I grew up in a Christian household that like kind of demonizes stuff like that. So even having to step outside of my shell and be comfortable in learning spirituality, learning about the divine feminine and even the dark feminine, you know, learning about those things so that I can embody that in my work, that was a whole journey for me. So to hear that you guys like, you know, can actually see that out of me, you're able to put me on the spot like that and like that shows, that's such a like, I'm so proud of myself. Like that's a full circle moment because again, I used to be scared of that girl to be that girl. But that's how I just tell people like you really got to be your most authentic self. That's how you really succeed in life. When you are being your most authentic self, you're going to attract the most authentic clients. You're going to have the most authentic success, and everything literally is just it's going to flow so naturally because that's all it can do.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I agree. Just, you know, you speak in such wisdom as well. You know, you're letting us know about everything from skincare to makeup to really how to love on yourself. I know you kept mentioning that earlier, like making sure your clients are loving on themselves. Like it's more than just the 45 to 2 hour session or however long your sessions are. It's really a lifestyle. So really, you know, teaching that to more women, I think is what we need going forward. Now for yourself, Corey, what are some of the rest of the plans you have for the rest of this year? What's next for you, I guess, the next chapter that you have started this new business with Skin 24?
So with Face by Cori, I definitely want to do way more like photo shoots and projects, like printed work, things like that. Because I love being on set. I really do. Like that's like my home away from home. It's a whole vibe for me. Just like seeing a whole bigger picture come to life. That's where even like my creative director self kind of comes out a little bit just to bring that whole vibe together. So I definitely want to do way more projects, way more creative projects that are actually being shot on set. But I also am going to be teaching as well. I feel like I've definitely mastered my skill as far as not only soft glam and full glam, but the creative glams as well. And because everything for me was so self-taught and it took me so many hours and trial and error to learn so much. Like, I just, again, paying it forward. You know, I want to teach the people how to jumpstart their career and not have to spend so many hours learning this one thing if I could just teach you the tips and tricks real quick. Especially because I've been told so many times that I am such a very good teacher, and I know how to make things simple that people might think is very complicated. So I'll definitely be doing a lot more teaching. I already offer one-on-ones, but I literally want to do like master classes, both online and in person, just having those events where I teach. Actually coming up in October, well, I mean, October's not really coming up, but in October, because that's one of my months where I really just like go full in when it comes to the looks and gore and all of that. For the whole month of October, I'm going to be doing master classes every weekend. So stay tuned for that. And all of those will be in person. So for any of my makeup artists, or even if you just like, you know, Halloween is coming up and you want to be able to do your own look, come out to one of those classes and learn. And it's going to be fun. Literally doing photo shoots after we're done doing the look. Because for me, everything is all about the experience. Not only are you coming to learn, but we're going to take some pictures after. We're going to have some fun with it. We're going to laugh with it, talk with it, you know, and it's going to be a whole experience. So I'm excited for that, for Face by Cori. As far as Skin 24, again, I'll be relocating in May. So I'll have a new studio in May where I can really create some great vibes for you guys. I'm excited for all the new clientele that'll be coming in with that. And really just focusing on building up that clientele for Skin 24. Eventually even having my own brand. I know I work with other skincare lines right now, but like I said, I'm already making some of my own stuff when it comes to toners and stuff. So to be able to solidify on that and offer my own products, that is definitely the goal. And really just embodying this new like Face by Cori and Skin 24 vibe that I have right now, and just going full force on that. Like I said, I do work for Hand and Stone, but the goal is to just have that, just Skin 24, just Face by Cori, so I can be that makeup artist and esthetician and embodying everything about my spirituality in both of those businesses, and just really truly thriving in that. And even more podcasts like this, you know, to spread awareness of my brands and to just talk to the people, because I love talking to the people.
You should. You do a really good job at it as well. So, you know, I think we interview a lot of people, and a lot of these women have really great things to say when we ask what's next. But you really have the whole trajectory, and you already have like the whole timeline together. So,
yeah, you do.
Kudos, because you know the vision and you already have it. You're going through it. You're like, you can tell you're very hungry. So
yes,
we love it. I'm here for it. So.
Mm-hmm. So where exactly can our viewers go ahead and find your socials, if you don't mind telling them where they can find you at and your
currently,
website?
Everything is on Instagram. Face by Cori. That is my, you know, special effects, creative looks, where you will also, you know, stay tuned and I'll be doing my teachings. Face by Cori on Instagram. And that is FACEBYCORI. And then Skin 24 is also on Instagram, and that's just Skin SKINN _24. And then I also have my main page where I promote the best of both worlds as far as makeup and skincare, and that's Aesthetically Cori. But honestly, I feel like Face by Cori is the easiest one to go on, and you can click the link in my bio. It's going to take you to all of them. I also link all of my pages in my bios as well. So once you find one, you're going to find all of them. I will be on YouTube very shortly as well. But again, all of that will be in the link in my bio to book with me, to go on my website. All of that is in the link in my bio. I try to make it very easy for people to find everything that I have to offer, even my dream journal and things like that. Go to Face by Cori, click that link in the bio. You'll find everything.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That sums it up, you guys. It really does. Cori, it has really been an honor and pleasure to speak with you today. I'm sure Pam, you know, can attest that we love to have young, positive women who already have an idea of what they want to do with their lives and are actually living in their truth. And I really think the embodiment of what we're talking about when it comes to the holistic versus the science really are your two businesses fused together. It is you. It is the essence of you, and you've made it corporation. So blessings to you, young lady.
Thank you so much. And thank you guys for having me. You guys are very beautiful. You're such a vibe. This is my first like podcast like this, so I didn't even know what to expect or like how it would be, how I would be. But you guys made it amazing, very comfortable, very like a safe space. It was very easy to express myself to you guys. The feedback, everything. I would definitely love to do this again in the future. Y'all were amazing.
Thank you.
I think we'll have a part 2 for that. What do you think, Nia?
Yes. Remember, we're going to Philly to go see her. We need some of these wonderful services in real time so we can give all the rave reviews and just, you know, embellish in our new skin after Corey touches these, you know.
Just give me that energy transfer. Let's
do it. You want to take us to close, Pam?
Absolutely. Y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in to Dynasty Queens this week. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, hit that bell notification so y'all can stay up to date with all of our episodes every week. Corey, once again, thank you so much, Ken, for stopping by, giving us just a little weekend vibe and just that positivity, you know. So thank you so much. But in closing, I am Pamela Nicole, and I have my lovely best friend,
Nia J.
And this is Dynasty Queens. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.